Someone's made a primitive shelter. You would definitely stay dry in there. Look at that, the ground is dry and it's been raining 3 days. As usual, got map, GPS, compass, and all our trail notes that we've downloaded off the internet and keeping on offline copies of. But what we're also looking for is these signs, PCT, Penguin Cradle Trail. Phew. That away.
God giving us good weather today.
3 days.
It's like the Hobbit. Oh my golly. My God.
Eight days of food. Also some food in that backpack and a big green sack. And we keep the map on the side. Quite useful having the map on the outside of the backpack. As we're hiking along, we often stop to cross-reference the paper map with the GPS just to make sure we know exactly where we are and where we're going. That's where the tent was.
So very hard, man. I think we came here last time.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Big fallen log.
Undershirt. Goodness.
Heavy, heavy. Welcome to the recommended campground for day 2 of the Cradle Penguin hike, Wings Farm. Pretty much just a little caravan park in the middle of the bush. Charging all the equipment with these mini charge cables you may have seen in other videos. It's a mini charge cable for the Garmin GPS watch, Iridium satellite inReach. Got a bit of electricity over there. We're going to go and plug in and charge our power banks, but after this, it's 6 days in the bush, there'll be no more electricity anywhere along the track. Just making the most of what we've got while we've got it here. Ground's pretty hard. Had a bit of trouble driving all the tent stakes in, so I've even used my digging trowel. You got your digging trowel there. One of the reasons all those bricks are smashed in half is because I was using them to drive in the tent stakes and they cracked in half. Look at that. Okay, so this is a little bit different to the regular bush channel videos that you're used to. Camp laundry. Washing our clothes in an actual washing machine. $4 Australian for one wash, and then it'll be $4 Australian to dry our clothes. And this nice man in the caravan park has lent me his USB plug. There's another one of the mini cables charging up my iPhone.
Hello, welcome to Bush Channel. Thank you.
For tonight's flavour, you've got the choice of curried sausages, creamy chicken curry, or creamy tuna mornay.
Only one like that?
Check out the consistency of the freeze-dried beef, man. There's about 65 grams of it there, multiply by 4. It's about 330 grams of meat.
Okay.
Sun's going down, campers. Before that happens, just going to give you a quick sneak peek at some of the new food we're carrying. This is the latest addition to the freeze-dried food setup. Freeze-dried peas and corn. Quick look at the mushrooms, freeze-dried mushrooms. We've been using them for many years. And this is new now. We're using just onion flakes, dried onion flakes. You get this from the supermarket actually, because the people who normally make freeze-dried onion in Australia have stopped manufacturing it due to lack of popularity. Not sure why, because it's a really tasty thing to bring on a hike, man. Freeze-dried onion saves you that additional weight, add lots of flavour to your food. There's the beans, freeze-dried broccoli, potato over there. Won't be having potato tonight, we had that last night.
It's very cold, bro.
Dying. Day 3. Going to a Blackwood Campsite.
17 kilometres roughly.
17 kilometers. Oh my god.
8:30 a.m. The track notes say that it's a 7-hour walk. We're allowing for 8 hours plus an extra couple of hours before sunset to set up our camp and make our dinner.
Oh my god, this is blackberry. Ouch! Yo, look at the view! Amazing view! Amazing, look!
Kevin.
God, it's amazing. Look at the view. Amazing. Easy. Very easy. Easy, easy.
One at a time, one at wait from this one. rope in place to make crossing the river easier. Crossing the creek, I should say. There hasn't been much rain, so the water level is really low, but if you came here after a big storm, this would just be a raging torrent down there into the main river. Watch your step. Always look for a sharp rock to put my foot on. The round rocks are real slippery. If you find one that's a bit sharp and pointy, plant your foot there for grip. It's hard for the GoPro to pick it up, cameras, but just there, probably a 20-metre drop on the side here. Be real careful where you put your feet.
You're not hurt?
Really, really steep section here. Tulip Creek.
Tulip Tree. Creek.
Looks like we might be getting our feet wet crossing it. This is the bit we've been warned about, I believe. A narrow ledge above that big fall down towards the river. We'll just move really slowly. The book by John Chapman is an Australian author who talks about a lot of trails. He writes about all the most popular bushwalks. Says if you're scared of heights, don't do this walk. That's what he means right there. Look at that. It's a long way down, man. Big tumble right there.
Oh my goodness.
Turn the camera off here, it's a bit dangerous to film. Blackwood Camp. Bit of history about the area. Here's the logbook. I was hoping to find some more notes in this logbook about the next campsite along the track. Nothing in there at all because everybody is walking southwards. Probably only 1 in 10 entries in the book are people who are walking northwards, but couldn't find any comments in there about this campsite that we are going to. Oh well. Goodbye Blackwood Camp.
What?
You don't want to stay at Blackwood Camp?
You said you want to move to the other one.
The island campsite.
Here, let's go there.
Ready? Go.
Careful.
Day 4, dinner time. A lot of mosquitoes at this campsite. So we've created what we call the mosquito killing stick. Right, all it is some Aerogard, that is roll-on Aerogard, rubber band attached to the end of this stick that's about, what, 45 centimeters long. And if you take the end off, right, you've got your deadly mosquito killing tool. Right, so the purpose of this is if you're inside the vestibule, you're inside the tent, and there's a mosquito out of reach, all you do is you just hold that ball right close to the mosquito, and they're that stupid they normally just land on the ball and they're dead almost instantly once they touch it. Right, that's DEET. The active ingredient is DEET. Normally the companies that make this insect repellent DEET stuff, they encourage you to put it on your skin, on your body. I'd recommend against that because DEET is actually cancerous. You put enough DEET on your skin continuously and you can actually get cancer from it, right? So it's not a very nice chemical. Previously our smallest snow peak cup was the 330 mil cup, and what you've got here is next level tiny, man. The 220 mil Snow Peak titanium cup, which of course fits inside 330 mil cup, which then goes inside all the other parts to the set. In total there's now 7 titanium cups that all stack inside each other. 2 other items just wanted to mention. Got my new sleeping mat, brand name Rab. So we're both now sleeping on thick air mats. Check out the rocks, man, all the rocks around the cooking pot's got this nice little flat rock, really thin, really flat. It's like a kitchen tabletop. Last item worth mentioning, just this little side pouch I got on the, fits onto the shoulder strap of the backpack. This way you've got a few easy access items you can keep in there as you're trekking along. Early morning, day 5. Everything's a bit wet because it was raining throughout the whole night. That's why we chose to have a rest day at that last campsite. Extra large orange markers. For this section here, we've got to just go straight across that rock. Slowly but surely. Hey campers, reached a significant part of the track here. That's where this big fat Commando Rope is tied, I'm assuming either to a big rock or a tree up the top of this very, very steep embankment. Best advice when using a rope like this to climb up a hill, there's only one person on the rope at a time. You don't want more than one person for lots of reasons, right? The rope might have a limited capacity to hold weight, and also as you're climbing up and the rope's shaking, which can cause the person underneath or above you to become unbalanced. Careful.
Careful, sweetie. Careful. That is a big
Good morning campers, day 6. We set out on this hike with 8 days of food, and we realised a couple of days ago that we were going to run short of food, and it will now turn into a 9-day hike. Let's hope we are able to complete the Penguin Cradle Trail. So to get a bit of extra food, we stopped in at the Mountain Valley Lodge last night. There it is behind us. There's the cabin. So yeah, stayed here so we could just get that extra day of food. We absolutely stuffed ourselves last night. They don't have a lot of supplies here because we are in remote bush. There's no phone signal. They are running their Wi-Fi off Starlink, the new internet provider. Go inside and have a look. So this is the cabin, the Mountain Valley Lodge at Taylor's Flats. So we had a whole night and a whole morning without eating any of our own food. And today, finally, we will be heading up into the high peaks, the higher mountains. So the Mountain Valley Lodge is actually on the Penguin Cradle Trail, right? So it's a dirt road just out there. I would strongly recommend people staying here if they want a bit of luxury on one night of the Penguin Cradle Trail. And don't let these looks deceive you. The Penguin Cradle Trail is a very difficult hike. Yesterday we were hiking through Levin Canyon, really sketchy, heaps of very dangerous sections where you could potentially fall into the river. This is a challenging hike, despite the fact that we are right now in luxury. Anybody who wants to see Tasmanian devils, I'd recommend come and stay here. There's lots of wild Tasmanian devils walking around at night here, because the owners every night they put out some food to attract the animals. Taylor's Flats. Back in the bush. Following the orange markers once again.
I'm wearing big socks. It's cold.
Dead still. No wind at Paddys Lake. This is described as a exposed campsite, meaning that if there is wind, you're going to get hit by it. There's nothing to block the wind. Any wind coming off that lake is just going to hammer the tent. But weather forecast is 0 wind tonight. That rock there probably weighs 35-40 kilos. It won't budge at all. Another heavy rock there holding that guy line down. Even though there's no wind forecast, it's still extremely important to make sure you tie your tent down properly just in case, because you never know what can happen during the night. What have we got here? Beef, peas, corn, beans, freeze-dried onion, rice, broccoli, and chicken curry flavour. You're warm or cold?
I'm warm now because I'm just wearing,
Once we start eating our dinner, we'll definitely be warm. Making use of this, my trekking pole, to hang up the water dromedary. Check it out, man. Now this is a change of scenery from last night. Look at that. Alpine Lake with Black Bluff beside us. Bit of camp rubbish here. Someone left their shovel behind. We were using it as a hammer to hammer in the tent pegs. And That black piece of wood right there, that's the broken off handle, mate. The handle snapped off as I was using it as a hammer. Forgot to mention there's also a bit of freeze-dried cheese in the dinner. Really adds to the flavour. 6:30 AM, day 7. Do I really want to be packing up the tent and leaving the campsite this early? No. The reason we're leaving so early is there's chance of a big storm coming the day after today, and we've got this big ridge crossing to do today. It's known as one of the most exposed section in the whole area. There's lots of warnings about, you know, being stuck up there in bad weather. So today I've got good weather, and the mission is to hike 20 kilometers to go past the first campsite to the next one down inside a deep valley where we'll be completely sheltered from the wind. Today we're following these snow poles that have been erected every 30 meters or so, because in winter during a whiteout people need them to follow the trail. That's if they're stuck up here. Alright, so those ski poles, or the wooden stakes, they'll protrude out through the snow even in thick snow cover. Here's another one. So you okay?
No, I'm not. I'm not okay.
It's very tired, it's very wet, isn't it?
I'm
Cold.
tired. Okay?
Finally we reached Bear Mountain Campsite. We won't be staying here, we're going to move on and try and get all the way to Fourways Campsite. And I thought this was a logbook, but it doesn't seem to open. Oh, there we go, look at that. The responsible thing to do is to fill in the logbook for a number of reasons, so the people who look after this track know how many people are coming through, and also in case you get lost, and search and rescue is trying to find you. The logbook is quite important for bushwalkers. There's always a plastic bag with the logbook. So with the pencil provided, Grayson and Christina from Bush Channel walked here from Paddys. We are pushing on to Fourways to beat the oncoming rain. The last person accidentally put the wrong year. They must have been in a hurry trying to fill this in as they're shivering. 21st of April 24. So it just shows the last group that came through. There's a group of 4 by the looks of it, 6 days ago, and then before that it was another month before that. So if you go back at the notes, you can see how many people are coming through. In 2 months we're only the 5th group to come through. Always put the book back in the plastic bag properly with the pencil and pen provided. Another significant part of the track, the rock cairn at the top of Prospect Mountain, along with the plaque in honour of Henry Hillier, the surveyor who built this cairn in 1831. One of the oldest surveying monuments in Tasmania. Just a stack of rocks, man, in the middle of nowhere. Big leech problem at this campsite. Heaps of leeches, heaps of really small ones. We've killed them all now just by directly contacting them with the old AeroGuard ball. Kills them straight away. We've killed probably 30 or 40 leeches since we got here. Hopefully that's all of them. It's a really wet campsite, look at that. We're only just fitting here as well, look at this. We had to cut back quite a bit of bush just to squeeze in. Bit disappointed at this campsite. I was actually expecting it to be a lot bigger. Let's have a look at the other sites. This is probably the second best campsite, or tent site I should say, at Fourways. Look at these bumps, mate. There's no way you can dig them out. They're actually just rocks. There's a big rock there. You're not going to have a very good night's sleep there unless you're just one person by yourself. You'd squeeze in through the middle, put your sleeping mat there, your tent around it. More sites over there. Pretty rough campsite, but at least completely sheltered from the wind, so we're not going to get cold. And we'll have to pack up early, get out of here, because the rain's starting at about 11 AM, we believe. Finally finished on a sealed road, just approaching the Cradle Visitor Centre. In summary about the Penguin Cradle Trail, I would say that it is much harder than I thought it would be. The name Penguin Cradle Trail I think leads people to believe that it's easy, because firstly, penguins are harmless animals that waddle along there's no penguin on this planet that could walk that track in a million years, mate. It's really hard. Secondly, the word cradle also makes it seem easy, because Cradle Mountain is a place where people drive to and do small day hikes. And if you've done a lot of hiking in Tasmania, you'll think, yeah, I've been there, I've done that. I've been to Cradle. The Penguin to Cradle Trail is easily as difficult as Port Davey track, South Coast track. I'd say it's almost about the same difficulty as Western Arthur's track as well, which we've got a video about on our channel. Thanks for watching.